Do a little video on leaders. Leaders are actually an advanced game concept. It's one of the ones I'm considering keeping. If we look at a typical leader counter here, they're easy to identify basically because they've got a picture of someone on them. Information on the actual counter shows that this one is part of 8th core, and he can influence all units in 8th core. The R says he can move units in the reaction phase. Now the reaction phase occurs immediately after a core activation. The defending units have the ability to react if they've got any leaders. Now this means he can actually move units. The other thing he can do with an H is he can issue hold at all costs as a command. That means that units will defend better. And the E means you can actually move units in the exploitation segment. Alright, now the numbers at the bottom is 1, that tells you how many units he can actually influence at any point in time, which is only 1, which is he's a pretty poor leader, this guy. And then 3 tells you what range those units have got to be in hexes for him to actually do anything with them, and 9 is his own individual movement points. There are actually more than I've actually described on that counter. If we look at the book here, this is an example of pattern. So he's got more units that he can influence. He can influence 3 units at a range of 6, and he's got a movement of 9. He's got a D, which means he can designate up to 3 units to be in the reserve. Now reserves can move in the enemy's turn effectively, so it gives you ability to react to enemy actions. Now I'm at a stage with this game where I'm a bit shell-shocked about the complexity of the game, and I'm not really on board for taking on any advanced game things, but I do think I'm going to stick with the leaders. Now I've also decided I'm going to bite the bullet with this game, and I'm actually just going to go for it and just start playing with an attack. Fucking cat's been on here. Bloody nuisance. Yeah, we're just going to start with the first turn of the game. And we're going to just try and work my way through it and see if I can overcome the complexity by just practice. I'm a bit sort of disillusioned at this point in time, I've got to admit. Let's just hope that it turns out to be easier than I think it's going to be. Okay.